Hello, welcome to Anything Flows, where we talk about anything and everything, and today I will be talking about my experience renting in London. In this video, I aim to talk about the rent that I paid, the type of flat I've lived in so far, contrasting the experience that I've had renting as a student, because I've rented here for 4 years as a student and now I rent as a professional, an overall rating for each of the flat and my thoughts about them, and I hope you can take as much of it as you want from this. Okay, cool. Into the first one. So I moved to London in September 2018, and the first flat that I rented was with UCL accommodation because I went to UCL. The rent for that flat was £187 per week, which comes to £813.12 per month. It was a single bedroom in a 5-bedroom flat with 2 bathrooms, one with only a toilet, one with a toilet and a shower, and a massive kitchen, and we also had cleaners and bills included. It was on the first floor, it was fully furnished, and I found the flat through university because if you're moving to London, I remember it being guaranteed that the university will give you a flat, so this is essentially how we got the flat. My rating with this is a 4.9 stars. It was a great experience because very much staying in student accommodation, especially if it is by your uni, is very student-centric, so they very much support you in every way possible, and you're also living with students who are going through the exact same thing. So in my second year, I paid £192.67 per week, which comes to £837.77 per month. I rented with 2 friends privately. It was the master bedroom in this flat, which was on the first floor and fully furnished. It was in Zone 2 and the closest tube station was Camden High Street. We rented from a letting agency called Victorstone, and we rented the flat from a company called Smart Living London Limited, and we found the flat through Rightmove from memory. My experience with them was quite bad, to be completely honest. It is a 1-star review for me. I would give it a 0.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0. But that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
Kind of explains it. Yeah. So why a 1-star review, if you might ask? Essentially, we did not have the best experience with them.
One eternity later.
All in all, solid bad experience. So in my third year, I paid £189.35 per week, which comes to £823.33 per month. So I had the master bedroom in a 4-bedroom flat. It was on the first floor and it was fully furnished. The closest tube station was Mornington Crescent, and we rented from a landlord directly. So the year before, my friend Viele was renting from this specific landlord. Shout out to Philippa, you're an absolute legend of a landlord for what it is worth. And essentially, Viele was moving out, so me and her ex-flatmate decided to look for 2 other friends and keep the flat because we really wanted to deal with a landlord, especially with my personal experience with Victorstone the year before. My experience would be a 5-star experience. I think the location was perfect. The inside of the flat was absolutely great. Our landlord was so proactive. Whenever we had any issues, she would deal with it like almost immediately. It was overall a great experience, which is why we stayed in the flat for the following year. And this time around, I switched from the master bedroom to one of the smaller rooms, and I paid £182 per week, which came to £791.38 per month. Again, exact same flat, so nothing much really changed. The only reason I really moved out of the flat was because one of my flatmates was being a little bit problematic, so me and my other flatmate needed to move out as soon as possible as things were getting quite violent. Finally, in my 5th year, I've been living in this flat, and I will be living in this flat for the next year also. I pay about £1,000 per month, which comes to, let me check, which comes to £235-ish per week. It is a 2-bedroom flat with an open space, kitchen, living room. Absolutely love it. Our letting agent was Dexter's, and we are renting from a private landlord again. So far, my experience, I would say, is a 4-star. We've had a little bit of a hiccup with Dexter's when we were moving in, as I think there was certain stuff that were lost in translation, but everything else is great. Our landlord is great. They've been really proactive, so yeah. Now contrasting the experience I've had renting as a student compared to renting as a professional, At least in my personal experience, it hasn't been that fundamentally different. If I compared renting this year to renting last year or the previous year before that, it hasn't been that different. The one thing that has really been different is what you value. As a student, I used to value the room more. I didn't really care about communal space. I also prioritized somewhere very well connected so that I could go out with my friends. While now, as a professional, I value having a communal space more. I value somewhere a little bit more quiet because, let's be honest, after 9 to 5, you really want to come home, wind down and hibernate for 12 hours. I also think this is the case because I've had more experience renting. The more I've rented, the more I've learned about what I like, what I don't like, what I value, what are red flags, what are green flags, and so on. And at least for me, having had a really bad experience in second year has taught me so many things in terms of what to do in my future renting experience. Anyway, to conclude, my biggest advice to anyone who's looking into renting in London is to stand your grounds. I know renting in London is so overwhelming and it is chaotic. It's not the easiest thing, let's be completely honest, but that is not a reason to let yourself be bullied by letting agents who a lot of the time do take advantage of people, especially students or people very early in their career. I would be more than happy to do a video about all the lessons I've learned while renting in London for the past 5 years. Until then, catch you guys later.